Hello, hello, Jonathan Munsell. And today we are going to cover marketing planning. And I'm going to share my screen here. We're going to get right into what I call the ultimate promotion profits. So ultimate promotion profits is really, it used to be called the marketing planner, and the marketing planner didn't really do it justice. So it's now become the ultimate promotion profits guide because I give away a ton of promotions inside it. So I'm going to give you all the ideas that you're going to need. You just need to take your business and kind of adapt them to it, and you should be good to go. And we're going to talk about the simple steps for planning. So most people get bound up and hung up with, oh my God, I have all this stuff to do. I have all this work to do. I have customers calling. I have people to book. I have all this stuff. And they forget about their marketing, or they don't prioritize it, which is a problem. Ultimately, at the end of the day, marketing needs to be one of the most important things that you do, right? There's three things I always talk about the owner that they need to hold on to and own. And one is marketing planning. Okay. You should be the brains behind your marketing. Your financials, you need to be plugged into your financials. Doesn't mean that you're crunching the numbers and paying the bills, but you need to know your numbers every single day. And lastly is legal stuff. Anything that comes up in your business of a legal nature, you should be plugged into. Granted, you may have lawyers taking care of stuff. You may have people getting things for you, but you need to be plugged in. Those three things are the most important. As far as, doing the work, being the technician, the $10 an hour work, the $12 an hour work, that is not going to make you rich. I will tell you that right now. Do the math. Multiply, if you even $15 an hour times even a 50-hour work week, and multiply that out, you're never going to make $100,000 this year. And you're certainly not going to double your business. So today is the day that we get everybody ahead of their marketing. So right now, this is what I call the catch-up call, and it's planning October, and it's really about getting the new members caught up. And then we're going to quickly go into November in the next one, and then we'll have October and November ahead of us. Boom, we're ready to go. Next month, we roll December. You're done for the year. Pretty cool, huh? And then you'll have these ideas, and I'm going to tell you right now how to do it, what the process is around you actually being able to do this. So it's fairly simple and straightforward. I don't want you to do too much. I want you to just do enough. So here's really the formula, or the wheel, we call this. And basically, you need to have a plan. You need to produce, right? There needs to be some production that you do that actually gets you, the materials that you're going to need. And then you promote, right? And then promoting is all about getting this message out. And we're going to talk today about who you're getting this message out to and how. And ultimately, that will bring you lots of profits. And then we do it again. So it's pretty simple. And I'm going to show you the tools. And if you're on this, if you're on Facebook, there's a link in the message thread that I put that has the planner that we're going to use. So I'm giving you guys the tools that you need, including like workbook sheets for you to map out the ideas that you're going to get from today. So go ahead and grab that, download that sucker, print it out, whatever you want to do. But you need to take some notes, and here's the structure of the notes that I recommend. So this is a game plan, right? So this is going to be your planning sheet. This is where you just write down ideas and you flush it out in your brain. So as you hear stuff today and you say, oh my God, that's a funny one, or I like that, I might do that one, just write it down. Write it down, write it down, write it down. So, in the top, you have October and, the options that you like. Just write down, oh my God, that's, I can play into that. Oh my, we have the World Series and I used to play baseball. I'm going to do something with the World Series. And then the bottom is the drawing board. The bottom is where you kind of flush out your ideas and you make your plan with your team. And ultimately, you're going to get to the next sheet, which is really like what you're actually going to do. And it's after you do the brainstorming. So consider the first sheet, this sheet is brainstorming brain dump, get things on the paper. Don't worry if it looks pretty. Nobody's going to see it but you. The next one is, okay, now I'm going to take these and I'm going to plug them into the right places on my sheet so I don't miss anything. Okay, so that's what that's about. So we'll talk about that when we get there. But basically, if you look at what you have, there's always some type of event or promotion that you're going to have, and this is the goal. So when you're going to have this event or promotion that you're going to do. It could be a product promotion. It could be some type of offering. It could be an event. Maybe you're going to have a big event and you're going to, you're going to have everybody to your shop, and you're going to, have it's Halloween's coming up and you're going to have a costume party. I don't know. You can get pretty crazy out there with what you want to do. So that's like your big thing. It could be an offer, if you're car detailing and, this month you're going to do, don't drive that scary car, right? Kind of works, right? Don't drive that scary car any longer. And you're going to give somebody an upgrade. And one of the things I've been talking about with folks that work with me on the detailing side is you take your a good service, not even your best service, a good service that includes wax, and you upgrade them to a paint sealant at no extra charge, right? So it's a $50 value. I'm going to give it to you. If you guys know anything about auto detailing, which I hope you do, it's the same process. It's just a different chemical. It doesn't take you any longer, and it might cost you incrementally pennies to do it. But oh my God, you can deliver, from a 3-month protection. Now you're going to give them a 9 or a 12-month protection on their vehicle at no additional charge. But that offer expires on such and such a date. So that's an idea there. So that's like a limited time offering or a special. A press release. We should be putting press out. Okay. We do lots of good stuff. We donate, we volunteer, we support organizations. We need to get a press release out. People do not do this. It is one of the easiest ways to get free advertising and publicity. And then you have your email blasts, so you have one for the first of the month and you have one for the middle of the month. And then you have these kind of like on demand, which is the on demand are you're going to support something that you're doing that month with additional email. And then you have what I call a bag stuff or a bounce back, a pizza place could call it a box topper, what's going into the thing that we're going to hand to every single guest or customer or patron, that comes to our place. So it's very simple. That's all you need for a month. That's it. Okay. And I'm going to help you do all that today. The next one is about your activities. And there's certain activities that I recommend that everybody do throughout the month. Okay. So obviously there's like networking, and at some level you need to get out. You need to get to your people. You need to get out there and find new contacts and be the ambassador for your town and the mayor. At some level you need to be known. So you need to get out. So what are the networking events that you're going to do? And when are they going to happen? And then what's your follow-up? Really, really important. And then, your pipeline. And this is one of these things that I recommend everybody do, is that once a week, just call up a couple of your clients. Just call them up, talk to them. Imagine that. Imagine you just picked up the phone and were like, hey, I know you came in and got a service. You drive this car. I love it. How's it look? Oh, it was great. It was this. Next thing you know, you're in a conversation with one of your customers, and you're finding out about them and their business, and you're learning, more about them, and you're just connecting with a couple people on your list every single week. You just pick up the phone, you call them up. Hey, it's me, and I wanted to touch base with you. You've come here a couple times, and I just wanted to reach out. And, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, that person owns a business. That person has a cool job. And at the job, they have 1,000 people in the building, and you can go there and do some type of service. So like, that's one of those little weird things that I teach, that there is a ton of gold in reaching out to people that you've done work with. And if nothing else, you might be able to get maybe you call somebody that you already have a good testimonial from, but now you can talk to them, and then you say, hey, from this conversation, here's what I got. Would you mind if I put that in writing? I'll send it over to you. But if you're comfortable with it, I'd love to use that in my marketing. And why would I do that? Why would I not just ask them to write me a letter? Like, you could just say, hey, would you write, can you write that up for me? Well, because now I just gave them something to do. I just gave them a project, and it's like, oh, the guy's like, oh, I got, I want to do it. I love the guy, but oh, it's another thing on my list of things to do. But if you wrote it up and gave it to them, so all they had to do was edit it, think about it. How much more likely are they going to do it? They're definitely going to do it. So that's one of those weird testimonial things that people always miss, because oftentimes people will say, they'll say, hey, yeah, I'll write one up for you, but then they forget. How about you write it up from what they say right there? You send it to them, they approve it. Next thing you know, it's in your marketing. Testimonials have more power than almost anything you say. You can say it all you want, but when somebody else says it about your business, it's got 10 times more power. Okay, so these are the 3 tools that we are using today. Okay, they're inside of the workbook that I shared. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. We're going to go through that. But these are the main tools that I want you to focus on to gather your thoughts and your promotions for the month. Okay. I wanted to dive into a topic, and I have some people on the call, and I have some people viewing this on Facebook. If you guys, if you guys are on Facebook and leave a comment, I'm happy to address them. I'm not very good at the triple tasking that I'm doing, meaning I have multiple screens and presentations running. So just if you ask a question, you make a comment, you have a good idea you want to throw in. So this call today that we're actually planning our month, this call today for me is one of my favorite calls in the world. This thing I think is one of the most badass things that we do in my company. And it's the most fun for me. It is just talking about raw marketing and fun ideas. So this, unlike many other ones that I do, I love people to chime in. And my experience with this, I've been doing this for, I don't know, 12 years, this particular type of presentation each month where we plan marketing. I've seen guys get on the call and they've done my stuff in the past and my promotions, but they've made a twist to it and they throw that on top. And like, oh, I love it. It is like the icing on the cake, the big sundae with the cherry. So if you have an idea, share it. This is where our members and our community that are all part of Success System, this is where we all get together and help each other. So this is one of my favorite group coaching calls that we do. So this is like, put comments in. I mean, I'll open up the voice lines at some point and, you guys can go on a rant. I love that stuff. So just bear with me as we go through and I share with everybody. There's some cool stuff that we're going to do today. My goal is to end this call with you having a firm plan for what you're going to do for your October marketing so you can go back and produce it. Now is the time. We're getting close to, the time. Now's the time we got to go back and produce. So remember, we plan, we produce our basic materials, and then we promote. That's all we got to do. So my goal is to make sure you have that. What makes this difference? It's everything that I talked about. Nobody's sitting here and working with you and planning your marketing. So this is like really about you listening for the gold. This is where you pull the ideas. I give them to you. Everything you see, everything I share with you, every promotion and idea I share with you today, you can absolutely S&D, what I call S&D, means swipe and deploy. You take it and run with it. Put your name in. I don't care. I built this stuff for you. So I want you to take away some real stuff today. I was planning, I don't know if you guys know Kenya, but Kenya's a member and he's had super phenomenal success. It started with one coaching call, and from that coaching call afterwards, he was able to have his week was bigger than his month ever was. And since then, he's bought a new vehicle. So he's got more vehicles to service people. And now he's buying a house. So he's been a real success story. And he was going to join me today. But I don't see him on the actual call. He may be on the book face. So if you're out there, Kenya, hello. I appreciate you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited with all the work you do. We'll do a separate thing. And Kenya can kind of share his story and tell you what he's done. But as part of that, I was talking to him and we were talking about the basic plan for communication. And one of the things that happens, and this comes up, I was on a coaching call yesterday with a new member, and one of the things the new member said was, well, I don't know what to say to keep up with people. Like, so, and I get that, but I want to tell you, it's super simple. So if you go by the freedom formula, right? And we have this, so we have find, we have register, we have engage, we have encourage, we have deliver, we have offer, we have maintain. So these are stages that you put people through. And at each stage, your goal is to get them to the next stage, and from the next stage to the next. And there's a certain way to do that. So there's a way you communicate to them, because again, at first you need to find them. So let's talk about that. How are you going to find new people? How is planning October's marketing going to help you find new people? Well, here it goes. Today, you're going to come up with some type of promotion that you're going to run. And if you heard, I didn't talk about discounting, but I would absolutely run a discounted promotion. I'm going to show one to you today. Why wouldn't you offer $20 off a $100 service or more as an introductory offer to a customer? It's like, are you going to go upside down on it? No, the goal is for you to get a customer. So think about that. If the get a customer is like right here in the middle. So if I can move somebody to the middle and they actually exchange dollars with me, then they're like mine, because I'm going to be really good about staying in touch with them, getting them to come back, more often, getting them to spend money. That all happens over here. And that's where the money is. You see where the money is? Here and here. And then ultimately on this side, I'm going to get them to promote me. I'm going to get them to be an advocate for my business, to promote me, to defend me if I need be. And I'm going to get them to bring me more of these little people, their friends, their family. So the gold is over here, but it takes all this other stuff over here that you need to do. So let's talk about how we're going to use October marketing and that offer that I talked about, where we're going to upgrade somebody we're going to give them something more on a package. We're not going to discount it all. So I'm going to make that offer. I'm going to build that as part of my marketing. I'm going to distribute that to everybody that is already on my list. So I'm going to grab my email list and I'm going to send this out. Really, you're going to produce a newsletter of sorts. It can be a one-page document. So this is all I want everybody to think about. One-page document. Simple letter or article from you. You can talk about your life. You can talk about your family. You can talk about how excited the kids are for Halloween, how you love this time of year, anything you want to talk about. And I'm going to teach you a golden nugget where you can do all of this in one fair swoop. And I'm going to wait until we get to the video section today. Remember, there's a video section. If I forget, remind me, but I'm going to teach you the gold and how to produce all of your stuff in like 10 minutes. Could you imagine having all of your content, video, written, blog post, all that stuff in 10 minutes? I'm going to share that today. That is the gold nugget for today. Bear with me. Okay, so I have this one piece. It's got a very simple introduction for me, and it talks of it's real life. It is not buy from me. It is nothing. It is just, here's what's going on, guys. After that, hey, here's what now you have the feature of the month. Don't miss this. Other things that you want to put on this piece are, you want to get some testimonials. You might want to put some before and afters. And every month this is your format. You have article from you have some type of offer or seasonal thing, right? Right now it's important. We're going into the winter. Let's explain to people why they should, take care of their vehicles if you're in the auto detail business. I have chiropractors that do work with us. Let's explain to people why, the end of the year, you need to be more health conscious, and, you got to avoid the holiday parties and all that kind of stuff. And you need to get your regular adjustment. So you see how it works? And I always share other industries with people because it helps you build on yours. Restaurants, lots of stuff, right? Restaurants have seasonality around ingredients, easy to talk about. Things change throughout the year. So just think about your business and what you do, and you just need to figure out how it applies to you. And seasonality is really good because everybody's in tune with what's going on. The other thing to plug into is you can always plug into like what's going on in the world. I'm not a big political person, but in November, there's always elections, right? And November is right after October. So you might want to get something going about the election. Elections, again, I'm not a political person. I'm not recommending that you put your political views into your marketing, but elections are polarizing, man. You know, when we have the next presidential election, oh my God, I'm going to teach you the coolest promotion in the world that gets people in a frenzy. You don't need to like either one of them. You don't need to even vote. But I'm going to tell you, I will teach you how to make your viral marketing using elections. And so if you have an election going on in your town right now, you know, all you got to do is put something out and ask who people are voting for. Who are you voting for? And next thing you know, somebody chimes in, and then it gets a lot of engagement on your page, and then other people come to your page. People put comments. You can hit those people afterwards and message them, and then they're in your marketing. So there's lots of different stuff. So I'm getting off track. So we have the one piece. We have cool stuff that we can put on it, but we always have testimonials. We have an article. We have an offer, and we have maybe some kind of tip around your industry. You could even feature an employee. I mean, this thing can go to 2 pages. It can go to 4 pages. It can be a book. I don't care. But these are some basics that I suggest that you have in it. That piece, it goes out to everybody that exists in our list, everybody that we've ever done business with, everybody that we know. Okay? It's going to go on Facebook, and we're going to break it up on Facebook. And we're going to use this everything we do. That's it. One piece, you're done for the month. But the cool thing is you can use it to go get new people. So now you have an offer, and you can get that offer, and you can take, and we can make a Facebook ad around the offer. We can put the offer in front of people, and now we can get new business as well. So that's how you find people using the same thing. Register them is we need to have a way to get people in. We need to capture their information. We need to stay in communication with them. I was talking with a client yesterday. The client has people that call him. They ask for quotes and requests over the phone. He gives them some guidelines, doesn't like to discuss price, which I recommend everybody. You don't need to give your prices over the phone, because if they're kicking tires, they're just shopping price. They may not be your customer anyway, but it doesn't mean that they're not your customer. At the very least, if somebody's asking you for that type of information, the thing that I would say to them would be, first off, when I get on the phone with them, I want their name, first and last name, and I want their telephone number in case we get disconnected. Okay, now I'm registering them, right? And you can assume 9 out of 10 today that person is calling from their cell phone. So then I could text them. Okay, very important. So, and then if they're asking for information, before you get off the phone to them, you say, hey, you know what? Let me send you this stuff over. You know, I'll email it to you. You can have it and you can reference it, especially if they're going to get off the phone without booking an appointment, a consultation with you. Like, don't let them go without getting that last critical piece of information, because that piece of information goes in our database and we market to them, and we market to them for how long? So I had a guy, he markets to people three times. He does 3 pushes after he talks to them. If they don't respond, he's like, screw them. Okay, that's not the secret. The secret is you market to them until they buy or die. That's it. They stay on that list until they get off the list, they buy or they die. Because you're always going to have something to communicate now. Because every month we're going to do this. Every month you're going to have a new, article about your business and your life. You're going to have a new offer that you can share with them. You're going to have new before and after pictures. You're going to have new products that you're featuring. So do you see how this is different? You always have something to communicate. So so you may not go after them for that deal, but after you cycle and you've hit them on that deal, then you move on to something else. But if you captured information during that process and you know things about them, this is where the register becomes, if you get data from them and you're registering them, then you can use that data. So think about this. If you know that, they have an old car and it needs a lot of paint work and stuff. Well, hey, put them into the list with people that have cars over a certain age, and maybe you have a once a month email that just kind of gives them tips and reminders or recall notices or something about their vehicle. So just there's a way to capture that information and use it forever for them. We're going to engage them every month. We're going to engage. We're going to use the same piece. The way we're going to engage is we're going to send it out. We're going to put it on social media. We're going to have it available in our stores, our shops, our practices, whatever you have, okay? And we're going to encourage people to buy. So after we have the one piece that's kind of like, hey, here's everything going on for the month, then you're going to get really specific about the offer, because the offer will have an expiration. So this is where we utilize the calendar, we utilize scarcity and motivation to get people to buy. So this is encourage. This is how we push people to spend money. We have to make the offer. It can't just be that that's always available to people. So if you have this offer that says that they claimed it, right? So we put this ad on Facebook, they registered to get that offer, now we have them. Well, that offer has to expire. It expires in 30 days, it expires the last of the month, however you want to set it up. But now we're going to encourage them. Hey, remember that offer that I talked about when I sent out my monthly newsletter? Well, that thing, that thing's only available for 2 more weeks. And the cool thing is you can always reference like, oh, I've already had 10 people buy it. And God, here's what they said. How cool, how great, how beautiful. Okay, that's how you build this just marketing machine. You have to deliver at some point. You have to deliver. When you deliver amazingly. Deliver it beautiful. I'm not saying do extra work. I'm just saying the process when people come to your business should be professional. You should, you should engage them. You should have a sales script or a process you put people through to get maximum value out of them. And it should be scripted and it should be on a checklist so you don't miss anything. I know you do it all the time, but you could miss something. Get it on the list. Write it down. You're registering more information about them that you can then put in the database. Oh, they have scratches on their car. Well, okay, let's put them in the scratch thing. You pointed it out. Hey, did you want me to take care of that? It's going to cost you $100. No, not today. Oh, well, next time I'm going to email that person. They're going to get one about scratch removal and why it's important, because if it gets down to the actual metal of the car, it's going to start to rust, and I'm going to put the fear guide into them. But wow, I could put them in a different campaign. They have stains. I can put them in a different campaign. So just think about this. You're always gathering information. The more information you know about your customers and your potential customers, the better you can craft your message to match what they need or want at that particular time in their life. Really, really, really important. It makes it really sing to them. They're like, wow, he's talking to me. Offers. We have offers. We just talked about offers. You have plenty of offers. You'll always have an offer from this point forward that you can utilize. And then the maintenance is really about after you do service with them. We always poll our customers to get reviews. We rate us. Then we ask them for comments. The comments then we utilize with their permission, and that makes them feel good, right? Hey, here's what Bob so-and-so said, and you tag Bob on Facebook, and then Bob chimes in. He's like, oh, I didn't even give you the half of it, and he, they were awesome. I love them. Next thing you know, all Bob's friends see it. They become customers. Do you see this thing? It's like, boom, and you're off to the races. So that's how you apply the freedom formula to what we're doing today. Now we're going to dive into actual October marketing. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward. If you're on this, you should absolutely have the marketing planner, and the marketing planner is available. I sent it out to all of the members in an email, and it's attached to this Facebook. You can download it and utilize it. I do see one comment. Let me see if, okay. Fawad is out there. Hello, sir. Sorry. He's just saying thank you. I appreciate that. I don't want to miss anything if anybody comments, so just bear with me. Okay, so let's get into, we are going to talk about October. So if you have the planner, it looks just like this. I literally took the pages of it and put it in this presentation. I'm not going to spend a ton of time. I usually spend a little bit more time on these topics, but we're a little limited on time today. So I want to keep this, I want to get into the marketing of the actual month. But anyway, this thing that I produced, this 12-page document that I produced for you guys, it's really designed as like this monthly dose of business and help for you. And it's designed around the calendar. The calendar is one of the most important marketing tools that we have. Seasons change. Different things happen at different times of the year that affect your business. You might have a business where everybody's away for the summer, so it slows down. You might have a business where everybody comes to you in the summer and it's busy. So there's things that happen. The holidays, after holidays, people spend a lot of money. They don't want to spend a lot of money. So what do? We starve? No, we don't starve. We run a promotion in December that gets all of them to come back in January and February. So the calendar to me is this like secret magical marketing thing that lives in the background, and your marketing needs to end up on a calendar. And I'm going to talk about how we utilize event marketing, date-based marketing when we get into the actual calendar. But the calendar is really, really important. So this whole process of staying on top of your marketing is absolutely critical for your success. Bear with me. I know I can talk a dog off a meat wagon, so I need to hydrate. Okay, so I will talk about maximizing the end of the year run. So, October kicks off the fourth quarter. Okay, it's just like in football. If you're down, you need to rally the troops, and we need to finish strong. So the end of the year for me, I always start to talk about finish strong, finish strong, finish strong, finish strong, because it's going to set us up for next year. Our momentum is going to carry us. So you got to maximize the end of the year run. This last few months is when you can really make a difference in your business, and it's what's going to propel you through to next year. So you're like, boom, into next year, man, I'm like all over this. So this is like the end of the year to me is always this time where, in the beginning of the year, everybody's like super serious. They write goals and they make resolutions. And we all do that. We all try to refocus. Middle of the year, everybody gets a little sloppy. I have a mid-year reset, 6 months. I go back to that kind of goal setting. And then into the fourth quarter, it's always like, okay, guys, this is it. This is all we got left. Let's do it. So I hope all of you guys do that. Here's where I wanted to talk about video. So this is a $1 million idea. If I give away a $50 a day idea, this one is like, this is the gold right here. So I should write this down so I can like clip this for everybody. So here's this like secret trick around using video. And I recently was talking to a member, and I'll share with everybody, I have a process to do video. It's called a 3x3, and it has to do with like, excite and engage, and these 3 different phases that you use to get people through in video, and it helps you plan your videos. And then there's a 1-minute video format that you should use. But think about this 1-minute video, okay? So I go shoot a 1-minute video, and I talk about the marketing planner. Well, what I do is I have the video, and I can share the video with the world. So cool, boom, I have video. And if I do it right, I begin and I excite people. I tell them about it and why it's important to them. By the end of it, I'm making some type of offer or call to action, right? Hey, here's my new thing. Hey, oh my God, I just made your marketing super easy. Here's my new thing. If you want to plan all your marketing, do it. Here's how you get it. Go here now, done. That's it. Now you take that same thing and you drop it into a transcription service called Temi, TEMI.com. You can take the video link. If the video is on a website, you can just copy the URL and drop it in there. If you actually have the video, you can drop it in there. If you have audio, so say you're like, want to get something written, you can record it, drop it in Temi.com. It costs 10 cents a minute to transcribe. And so at 10 cents a minute, I just spent 10 cents to take my 1-minute video and turn it into writing. They even give you an editor where you can listen to it and like it catches words that it's not sure about. So you can go in and fix it. You download it, boom. Now you have the written version of that. And where does the written version go? Well, the written version goes with the video or portions of that. You summarize it, but it goes with the video if you put it on social media. It could be the text for an ad that you run on Facebook. It can be a blog post completely separate that goes on your website, on your blog, and on other blogs like Medium and things like that. So now you take this same thing and you put it out in different places in writing. You could certainly put that into an email and share it with people. So now you have more content and you've just built an email out of this. So do you see the power of a 1-minute video? It's like, people wonder how I can produce so much content. The way I can produce content in books and binders and all this stuff is because I record everything. So if I recorded it, I can get it transcribed. If I can get it transcribed, it can become anything I want. So that is a gold nugget takeaway, $1 million idea today. That's how you get it done, and you can do it all. You go and you can plan a video, shoot a video, have it done in Temi, and have it written in less than 10 minutes. And I challenge somebody to tell me I'm wrong. Awesome book. So unfortunately, it was written by, not unfortunately that it was written by Chet Holmes, but unfortunately, Chet Holmes is no longer with us. Chet Holmes was the guy that really taught me about doubling a business year over year. So if you've ever heard my story about doubling year over year, I learned about it from Chet, and he writes about it in this book. And I experienced it in my own life, and God, it is phenomenal. That is a good book, folks. Chet is no longer with us. He was an excellent marketer and sales guy. So I highly recommend The Ultimate Sales Machine. It's like one of those that, like, if you got to have 10 books on your shelf, that one should be one of the 10. Okay, dig in. There's lots of stuff that we can do in October. Okay, so every month has these different things, and things being, I'm going to jump forward. So if you have the guide, you can flip back and forth. If you're watching this, just bear with me. I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go back a little bit. So every month there's monthly observances, there's weekly observances, and then there's daily ones. So almost every single day of a month, there's something, a holiday of sorts that you can plug into. Okay, so you just got to figure out of these which ones that you really like. Like, so if it can be anything, it doesn't even need to be related to the industry that you're in. And I'll use a great example. So client owns restaurants, and he has a son with muscular dystrophy. Well, muscular dystrophy has its own thing, and it's September. And in his town, he has a big walk that he does with his family and supports it, and it's like a big deal. Well, he took all of that and put that into his marketing. And he used it as his article to talk about, and he shared pictures of his son and the stories and the struggles, all real, which is awesome. It's kind of cool because when, it's almost like, if you don't talk about something, it's taboo, but if you talk about it, it's like diffused. So kind of cool for him to open up and talk about that and share that. And the thing that does when he shares something very personal like that with his audience, we'll call him an audience, his people that come to his restaurant or the people that, know about him, it makes him very personal. And if you know this, but people don't do business with a business. Like, you're not doing business with, the chemical company that you use. Like, you're doing business with the company, but it's really a person is who sold you or got you to do it. So it becomes very personal. You can be personal in your marketing. I'm not saying you got to share some, a story like that or get that deep, but you could certainly share your personal opinions on things and your beliefs. It makes you more relatable, and it'll attract your audience. So you just need to really look at these, and you need to figure out, like, okay, what can I apply to my business? What can I utilize of this, as I'm like, obviously, there's wacky ones that I wouldn't even know what to do with, but menopause month. But hey, I don't know, if you're in the medical field, menopause month is a real thing. If you're an OBGYN, you're going to celebrate menopause month. And you're going to tell funny stories about it. I don't know. But in your business, it's like, what can you do? Celebrating the bilingual child. Well, hey, if I live in an area that's got a lot of bilingual folks and I have bilingual customers, I'm going to jump all over that. Wellness month. I mean, anybody can talk about wellness. I have restaurant clients that could certainly do it, but why couldn't you talk about wellness and health and the end of the year, like, and getting your, mind and body soundness? I mean, everybody has some level of that in them, especially even if you're really into fitness. Even if you're, I don't know if you're a car detailer, but you're into fitness, you can talk about it, and you can be like, you can talk about wellness. You can talk about wellness in relation to how people work and why you guys really focus on the team that you have and ergonomics at work. You want your people to be well. So weekly observances. So you have Universal Children's Week. That's like good. I mean, if you have kids, like, certainly you can jump on that. Just remember, we're planning October, and like Halloween is at the end of the month. It's like the big one. Every month usually has a big one. You have Columbus Day in October. The Columbus Day is a real thing. I mean, it's somehow we got downgraded in holidays, but there's Columbus Day is in there. Just looking at some of the day things. You you know when the full moon, right? So I always put in here when the full moon is. We just had a big harvest moon, which is like the brightest moon ever for like, I don't know, the next 30 years. But a full moon is something funny to talk about. You know, if you have a business that can have a full moon party or something, I love playing off of like things that are real, things that people notice, whether it's politics, the environment, the temperature. I love to play off of those things. But you basically, you pick like, you should have like a monthly thing. And Halloween's a fun one. And even if you're in a business that like, you know, how would a car detailer celebrate Halloween? Like that sounds so silly to me, right? Like, what are you going to dress up and clean cars? No, you're not going to do that. But you certainly, like, you're a business, and you know businesses sometimes give out candy and do stuff. You're a business that has followers. Why couldn't you
It's
have
1 o'clock.
why couldn't you have a costume contest that everybody that's a customer of yours submits the pictures of their kids trick-or-treating, and you're going to give away a free detail? I don't know. But do you get it? Like every single holiday has a twist that we can tie into. There's never one that does not. I could absolutely come up with an idea for a holiday. On the side, there's some different sample stuff that you can do, and there's some base things that we do every month. Like I believe in doing cold prospecting every month. So nowadays we use Facebook, but I'm going to make sure I have all my cold ads and they're updated and they're ready to go. And cold ads for me are a couple things. Cold ads, you can go after people in their birthday, right? You can go after new movers, people that just move into your business, and you can go direct to your demographic and target audience for cold. So there's some neat things we can do with that. But if you look over here, there's like this thing like, what do I got to get done every month? Then there's some specialty stuff. There's events and promos, press release, my emails, and then my bag stuffer. Did you know is something that I recommend for everybody. Did you know you just need to have a list of things in your business that you as the owner, that you do out of love, out of care, out of technique. And, did you know that we fly in our product from, the friggin' furthest regions of the world because it's the best? That's like things that that other people don't know. One, you just make a list, and then it's always something that you can talk about, and you can fill a little spot on a newsletter. You can fill, a spot on an email with these did you know. So just start this list as you think of them. Oh, did you know that we use the best, buffing pads ever? We have, our towels are sewn by virgins, and whatever it is, there's something you can do, and there's stuff that you do today that you do differently than everybody else, that you love your customer to know. You don't know how to tell them it, but if they knew, they would impress them. So just start that list, because we'll use that list again and again and again. Okay, so a couple different things. Excuse me. It's Canadian Thanksgiving, right? Their season cycles earlier than ours, right? Thanksgiving is a harvest festival. So their Thanksgiving is earlier. So anybody, and I do have people that are Canadian, I have people from all over the world on this call. So in Canada, you can do something around Thanksgiving, and you can give advice. You can do something. There's a couple on here that I want to point out, right? So I did share a real ad. This is a real Facebook ad. And it's around a basic $20 off offer that I've been talking about, that I've mentioned. That's like another base offer I think you should have. And just because it's your base offer doesn't mean that you advertise it everywhere, but you utilize it. So of those people that, that came in, and I tried to contact them 3 times, but they haven't come back. Well, before, I would at least go back to them before I ever lost them. And I would say, hey, I haven't, I give you my 3 pushes, but I haven't heard from you. I wanted to throw out there that we have a special $20 off for a new customer, anything over $100. Because remember, the goal is you want to get them to transact with you, and then they're your customer forever. So if it was a matter of, that person was going to get a $200, $300 service, and you haven't heard from them, but now you hey, here's $20 off. Next thing you know, they take you up on the service and do it. They might have gotten busy. Like people get all these limiting beliefs around why people aren't following up with them or calling them back. I don't care about any of that stuff. Like, that has nothing to do with me. I have my own world and my own things. But if I don't stay on top of them, then they will eventually just go away. So I just threw that in there for everybody. Another really, 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 really good one, and is this one in the upper right-hand corner, this church promotion. So there's a few base promotional things that you should absolutely have going on in your business. And, truth be told, I am a recovering Catholic. I went to 12 years of Catholic school, and I am who I am today. So but the church promotion has nothing to do with you and your religion. If you're religious, awesome. Like I appreciate you. I believe that everybody should have their own beliefs. So, but the church promotion is really around, you can utilize this. Remember, every town has churches. Churches is a place where lots of people gather. And that's how you get to people. You need to go to other people that have lots of people that they do business with and get business from them. You need to go to places that have the right people that you want to do business with all together at the same time. Okay, so this is like another version of marketing other than like Facebook and social media, right? That's why people go to car events, okay? Car events are okay. Most people at car events are do-it-yourselfers. They're not necessarily the best for the detail world, but you may go to a trade show. You may go to something, just the church is a place every week people come together. And I'll share a real story about the church promotion. So if you don't know this, I used to own a bunch of restaurants. And so when I owned restaurants, we had the church promotion. And I don't know, it fell out of heaven to me. So the church promotion, we would give this out to our customers and let them know that on certain days or on certain times, we would give back to the church when they came in and shared their, if they let us know that they were from this church, we would give a percentage back to the church. Okay. Very simple, kind of cool. Great way to do a fundraiser. Can apply to many things. Could apply to charities, can apply to the band, the high school marching bands raising money. Well, everybody that comes to my business with that flyer from the marching band, I'm going to donate back 10% back to the marching band. Well, all of a sudden now you have a bunch of drum beating, trombone playing students out there and their parents promoting your business because they all need services, right? It doesn't matter what you do. There's something that you do that those people need. So the church one is no different. And basically it's that. But I literally had a pastor standing at the pulpit telling people at the end of the service, hey, don't forget, it's Sunday. Anybody that goes and eats at Jumpin' Johnny's, we get 10% back to the church. Grab your flyer on the way out the door. I mean, is that not marketing at its finest? I mean, that is damn near an endorsement from the big man himself. So the church one's good. You can do it. You can limit it. You don't have to limit it, if you're not open on Sunday, but you can do it and you can only run it for a month. It can be a month long. You don't have to run it forever, but it's a way to connect to people. So that's a big one. The other big one that I always talk about is joint venture partners. And I'll share with the membership, like documentation. I'll share the church promotion, all the documentation. So if you're a member, you are a card carrying paying member of my system, I'm going to put this there. You download it. It even gives you the form. It gives you the marketing. It gives you the form to get them registered and that they use. And it even has how to get them in and keep up with them. It's a whole complete system. It's an S&D packet in itself. So I'm going to put that. It's going to be loaded for my paying members to use. But remember, you can use all of that for any type of charity. It works really well. The other one is a joint venture promotion. Joint venture promotion is when you partner up with another business. So, a great natural partner for an auto detailer is an auto mechanic, right? It could be a dealership, but dealerships have their own service departments. It could be a dealership with no service department or no detailing, and all you do is it's reciprocity. It's you're exchanging people back and forth. You could pay them. There could be a payment if you're familiar with affiliate marketing. Okay, you know, like there could be everyone that you give them $10. I don't know. I don't ever pay for them. I do it where I'm swapping back and forth. And the way that I give them some play is I mention them in my whatever I'm marketing with, my newsletter, my handout, my print, my email. I'll put a blurb about them. So that's how I do it for no cost. I'll mention them on my website. So things that you can give away that don't cost you any money and make them feel good. You could have a joint venture partner page. You know, maybe everybody that comes over from that business gets 10% off. Well, that's pretty cool because it costs them nothing to give away the 10%. They're now adding a value to their customer and you're getting free leads. So there's a whole bunch. I can do a whole call on joint venture promotions, but I'll give that to everybody too. That's a card carrying paying member. Okay, so those are just good ideas. It's designed, you know, just the copies there if you want to use it. There's different things, and there's more of this stuff in the membership area. The calendar we talked about, you want to plug into your calendar, get these dates and events, and look at the calendar holistically. So let's talk about how you utilize social media marketing properly. And this is not paid advertising. This is how you utilize the calendar properly. So I'm going to target Halloween because it's probably the best one for the month. So I'm going to say that we are having a pumpkin carving contest, and the thing that you, so here's another one. Okay. So you can have a pumpkin carving contest. It sounds so stupid, I know, but if everyone that works with you, you know, you, your wife, your employees, whoever, everybody carves a pumpkin, and then you put them on social media and you get people to vote. Okay. Now this is engagement. Think about this, right? Facebook loves engagement. And the reason that we pay attention on the social side of Facebook is if we have a lot of engagement, Facebook likes that. It makes our ads cheaper. So if you're doing paid ads, you also need to have a good interactive social profile. So Halloween, we're having a pumpkin carving contest. How do I play into that? How do I get some legs out of that? So one is we're going to carve the pumpkins. You're going to carve the pumpkins early, right? So you announce at the first of the month, we're going to have a pumpkin carving contest. If you want to be in it, you just bring us a carved pumpkin and we will put it up for the voting. And I'm telling you, some people are kooky and they will bring you a pumpkin because they love this stuff, or they carve it with their kids and they're proud of it, whatever. All pumpkins, you know, we need pictures of your pumpkins by X date. Okay. So by the 15th, we want everybody's pictures of whatever they carve. So they don't even need to bring them. They can just send you a picture. You create a website page on your website. You put everybody's pictures, and you have a little thing where people vote. And you just put your name and your email, and you pick which one that you want to vote. Okay? Now you saw what just happened, right? You put your name and your email in, and you vote. Well, if they put their name and their email in and they vote, because you need their email, right? Because you have to notify the winner, right? And everybody who picks the right winning one is going to get something. You know, they're going to get $20 off 100. I don't care. So I'm registering new customers into my list. I'm getting engagement because people are going to be in the contest and they're going to promote it themselves on social media. And then they're going to push them to my website to vote for this. And I'm going to capture everybody's information when they come there, and then I'm going to market to them, because I can assume that if my customer sent them that they're friends with my customer, like birds fly together, they're probably a potentially good customer also. So the 15th, we have all the pictures. We take a day or two. And on the 21st, we announce that voting is open. Go now and vote for your favorite pumpkin carving thing. And then you have like some leverage there. It's like, oh, the votes are coming in and it looks like, you know, Crazy Eddie's in the lead. You know, it's like a horse race, right? And like each day you can like have an update, you know, you can show the different ones that are in the lead. You can like pick your favorite, you know, oh, here's my daughter. She's crying because everybody's voting for the other pumpkin. But it just needs to be fun and engaging. It doesn't need to take a long time. It doesn't need to be hours. It's just updating and just keeping this fluidness around your business and things that you're doing to have fun. As you're getting closer to like the final tally, oh my goodness, on Halloween, we're picking the winner. oh my God. Well, you pick the winner. And then after you pick the winner, then you show some more pictures, and you then in the beginning of February, you're now going to celebrate the winner, and the winner just won this. So you're creating this environment where people are going to engage with your business because, oh man, I could have won a damn detail. I could have carved a better pumpkin than that. And now you have something to talk about in November, because now in your newsletter, you're going to put the pumpkin carving contest winner and their picture, and they're going to come in and you're going to give them a big check. You're going to be standing there. So do you see how all this like works? It is like, it is just a machine, and you just have to have the creative backbone to understand it and plug into like this every single month. And we're like, good. So that is like how you do it, guys. That is the month in a nutshell. I went a little long, but God damn it if I didn't share some ideas today. And this is what I deliver to my members every single month. So ultimately, that's a sample of the, how you kind of get your ideas together. And then, like I said, it is just a simple process, right? Every month we get on this call and we plan, we go back, we produce some basic materials and ideas get flushed out. We utilize them and we promote them, and we get all the money and we keep it going. And you utilize this the entire time, the life cycle of your business, right? You're using these planning tools as you go, and ultimately it covers you on this like big, massive concept. I mean, that concept right there is like nuts if you think about it. But I just told you how to simply and easily do it with one sheet of paper that takes you, if it took you an hour to do, it'd be about right. It takes me about an hour to put one together. And once you do one, the next one's easy. So I hope that helped, guys. That is the marketing promotions planner. This is part of the ultimate promotion profits guide. So I hope you guys get a ton out of that. I look forward to like your kick-ass ideas. Share with the group anything you like from this, put it in there. Anything that you know you're going to go and do, make a comment. I love this stuff. If you want help, put it in the group. The group will respond. I will respond. My people will respond. So, just use the information and go make a ton of money. I am signing off. Arrivederci.